Oh man. You ever get one of them moments when you miss the target and you don't know whether to blame your bow or was it you?
Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Bob came in whining about missing another one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna diagnose that miss. Because the first thing that we did, we tuned this bow. We paper tuned it, we broadhead tuned it. I know it was shooting perfectly. And then I marked this bow in several different spots that we're gonna show you. So if I check all these marks, I'm 100% sure that this thing didn't come out of tune. Then we can blame it back on Bob. Let me show you some of these marks. Okay, first and foremost, if something's gonna move, it's probably gonna be a string or a cable. This is good BCY product, factory-made fused strings from Hoyt. I doubt we're gonna have any movement, but what we have is I've got marks on the bottom cam on each side of the limb. So I can look over the limb and go, nope, that one didn't move. And I also marked the top one. And I've got mark on the bottom and I've got a mark on the top. That didn't move either. So it's looking more like Bob, but let's keep investigating this. I've even got marks where my stops are on the bow, on both ends. My cam position, I've got little silver dots where the cam positions are. I've got marks where the module position is supposed to be located, and just in case somebody was working on his bow for him. So those look to be in all the same position. I've got a center shot mark or a mark on the back of his rest, and that didn't move. And I've also got one on the elevation side of his rest where the rest moves up and down. That didn't move either. Now his peep, we marked the string. There's no movement on the peep. And the sight is marked. I've got a mark where our gang elevation is and mark where the pins are. And that didn't move. Left and right, it's underneath. On the sight, that didn't move either. So the likelihood of this miss is probably the shooter, not this machine. The biggest problem today is that people are more likely to blame the machine than themselves. And there's a balance there. So you've got to learn to diagnose the shot. If you set the shot up like we did in the last 13 weeks, analytically set each little piece from your stance to your grip to your release to your anchor, and you will be able to diagnose the shot. My equipment is fine, so I know for sure that Bob's bow is still in the proper position. So I've checked every mark on it. This thing is going to shoot right down the middle. This is just a machine, there's no magic here. So again, we're going to go back to Bob and diagnose his shot. So we just went over this bow, Bob's marks all line up. What he should have done the night before is he should have looked at all his marks so he didn't have to question the equipment. And then when he got out of the truck in the morning, you just look it over real quick. It only takes a couple seconds to look at those cams and go, man, everything's good. My sight didn't move. I have confidence this bow is going to do the job. So once you diagnose it's not the bow, then you get a chance to be honest with yourself, guys, because we hear it all the time. The pin was right in the middle. I don't know how I missed it. Well, there must have been some other component in your shot that made you miss that deer. But be honest with yourself, diagnose it, check this equipment the night before, and when you pick this bow out of the rack or out of the case in the morning, check it over. It only takes seconds. It'll take less than a minute to look at all the marks. That should help you being able to diagnose a shot and make better shots.